And I'm back with more Final Fantasy. And I'm in the final stretch because I've got nothing but fighting left. Just going up the volcano, going through the sunken shrine, going through the flying fortress, and the temple of fiends. See how long that takes. So, this is bullshit. Damaged floors with no way to avoid them. Enjoy. At least there's no fighting. While that happens. I have the heal staff, thankfully. But it is bullshit. But thankfully I've got my trusty stuff. So, pretty much gonna be autopilot from here on out. Might not really add much in the way of discussion points. Hold? Please hold person on me. But, you know, thank God I went to the castle of ordeals early and got all this crap, because that's helpful. And yes, I am just going to bum rush getting stuff, getting experience, because I said early I was going to try and play it as straight as possible, and then I ended up falling back into my old habits with these remasters. Which I guess shouldn't really come as a shock. You know, I don't really need the money anymore. But I'll use it just in case I need it. But more importantly, like, there's nothing in the way of me getting experience. And, nope. Here's the big room. So I'm just gonna monitor things. But yeah, I don't know how long today's gonna be, but today is like the perfect day to get this done, because I'm doing kind of a mental health day of sorts. I'm going out Christmas shopping, going to stay at a hotel, and maybe go swimming for the first time in months. You know, because I've been doing like boxing and stuff at home, but I'm like, yeah, I get to do something different. Also, if I hit level 50, I'm just not gonna fight anymore. I don't know how long that would take, but I am A-okay with that plan. If that happens. So, bear that in mind. It's just gonna be a nice, quick flourish to the finish. But yeah. It's me just spending a day in between my work week, because I've been working quite a bit. You guys don't see it because I haven't really, you know, with YouTube you don't have to take days off really, which is fun, which is kind of nice and fun. But especially with the gaming stuff, like, it doesn't seem like I'm taking days off, and I don't. But hooray, mental health day! I'm just gonna kind of swear off using, like, once this is done, whatever time left I have in my day, I'm swearing off using... I am honestly shocked there's no there's no healing there. But, I should just I should use the ice blade like a moron. Or a great sword, I could use that. Or I could not. It doesn't look like I need the light axe. At least for now, if I really don't wanna. Just until I'm out of here. Didn't realize it until I saw it. But yeah. Get this done, probably 4, more likely 5 episodes, maybe even 6, depending on how long things are. But as you can see, it is a nice, easy jaunt, and I can kind of just talk my way through things. because I kind of want to discuss Dragon Quest. And this is actually a perfect counterpoint to that. Because Dragon Quest III does a lot of the things that Final Fantasy I does. Specifically a high encounter rate. I don't think it gets rid of encounters the way if I want to, but it has stuff like Holy Protection and Padfoot and whatnot. But man, 4 times experience is so goddamn nice. Oh, you poisoned me? Rude! What am I gonna do? But Dragon Quest III won the poll, and it's looking like Tales of Berseria is going to win the next poll. So, I'd say spending the next couple of episodes kind of talking through those games, rather than worrying about what's going to happen to this one, because as we've seen, it's mostly been an easy ride as soon as I got the class change. And mostly since I got those gauntlets. But Dragon Quest III has a high encounter rate. It's almost as bad as like Breath of Fire 2 and some other games. At least it has stuff like Holy Protection and Holy Water and Padfoot and whatnot. So I can still kind of sort of control how much. There's always that discussion piece of, well, I mean, good. Look at that. Already level 30, man. 4 times experience is just nice. There's always that piece of... Some people prefer editing. I make judicious edits in my head so that I don't have to edit if I don't have to. Like, I try to figure out if I know where I'm going, I don't fumble around like a moron. But then there's also the, some people like to have all of the gameplay stuff, some don't. And we saw it with Persona, that I didn't always have things to say. So why would I keep myself in? Wow, you're a guard. It's weird seeing the trap monsters on the field. It's a weird change, but I kind of like it. I kind of prefer it because trap monsters can be annoying. I know, it's just like one time done. It's just great. But yeah, I'm gonna be leveling up super fucking fast, which is nice. And mithril everything, I guess. No, I can't hold no more. Well, that's too bad. But some people try to ask, not to me personally, because they kind of know that like I'm a lazy fucker and I don't like editing if I don't have to. I readily admit that. I'm okay with that. And, some people have, talked to me and said, you're just lazy. Why don't you do other types of videos? And, like, sure. And now that I'm doing the Booksu stuff as a response to things that I was doing, okay, sure, I edit shit now. Great. But the fact that it took me 3 hours to do something that used to take me 2, or like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, you can see why I'm a little annoyed by that. Oh man, I should have went to the other side. Ugh! I'm schmert. Would it be a better experience to probably... I mean, my god, look. This is lovely and ridiculous. I'm already level 32. Man, 4 times experience would have made this kind of... At this point, would I even go after Warmack? Biggest question, can I actually trigger the encounter, though? It is a random chance, not automatic. So, maybe not. But some people I've seen like having all the encounters on. Some people, in certain playthroughs, go through the trouble of showing off like a few of the encounters, but like whether they do commentary or not, they try to edit every single battle, and I've always felt that whether you do it or not isn't the point so much as I'm gonna take encounters off to get out of this fucking maze. Why am I just attacking? Where did my heals go? As much as I prefer this, right there, just take the encounters off and not deal with it, and, you know, because the maze is the maze, and the maze is the whatever, and it's fine. It kind of defeats the purpose of playing a turn-based game with random encounters on it if you just up and say, well, I'm just going to get rid of the encounters anyway. Because where's the gameplay part? Like, if I'm liberally getting rid of random encounters, there's probably a reason. Like, I'm frustrated with the design, or the encounters have been so obnoxious that, okay, I found a reason to do that. Okay, so that's down that way. Let's go over here first. But little things like being able to see where to go or what to do. I don't want people to just think that I'm avoiding the challenge, because I'm not. Like, if I wanted to avoid the challenge, I would not show off the battles at all. It just... Everybody, I said this earlier, was everybody's kind of in the choice of what they want to do with their game at the time. And if there's a point where, like, Dragon Quest gets annoying, well, I have the Holy Protection and Holy Water. It's a drain on resources, but it's a choice that I can make to avoid stuff. You know? At least the choice is there. But deciding to get rid of encounters, whether that is a preference to viewership or not, a viewer can just as soon, like, skip ahead in a video. That's their choice. If I decide I'm just editing out all the stuff, what if there's a person that wanted to see all the videos, whether or not they're the same, like, all of these. Right? All of these fights are the same. I'm not even pressing buttons at this point. I'm mainly just using this as a chatting stream sort of situation. Just chatting situation. But I wouldn't be giving people any choice in the matter. If I decided, hey, you know those battles? I'm not even gonna do them. At least with this, like, if I wanted to, I could turn the boosts off. I've personally chosen not to. Because it still gives me a chance to talk through the video and do the things, and you're still seeing the battles. Maybe not the same way as the original game, no. But man, this is it. Okay, down, all the way down that way. Okay, so basically just gonna, okay, so. I'm gonna turn them on, heal again. Or I'm not. Or I'm not gonna heal again. Whatever, damn. But it's like, there isn't much to this game other than the battles, right? there isn't much more to Dragon Quest III than the battle. Because like Final Fantasy IV, I don't mind taking the encounters off because the story and the characters can still kind of mask it a little. But there's still something missing if you, from an active perspective, just tell the viewer, you know, all these battles, I'm just gonna nope them. I don't. At least in this sense, you can still see the battles. I'm not actively getting rid of them for you. I'm saving me the overhead of having to get rid of them just because, oh hey, a 10-minute video of a Dragon Quest video might get me more numbers. Yeah, but then you're missing the entire point of playing a turn-based game. Showing off the gameplay. And if the gameplay is monotonous, okay. That's a personal preference. I personally find it a varying scale, a sliding scale, because my tolerance for things, again, goes back to personal choice. I don't mind doing this over and over because I know that it's pretty much press square to win at this point. But I also have the encounters off mechanic that I didn't have before. And, like I said, once I get to level 50, forget it. There's really no point. It's pretty much Warmech and the bosses, so that's going to save us even more time. But having the choice to say that, rather than me making that personal decision, it's like, nobody wants to watch these. But there's still value in, even if I'm pressing square or I'm doing it again, damn. If I'm pressing X to win. Because you're seeing the mechanics at play, how exploitable they are, or how simple the mechanics are. You're able to kind of make your own judgments of, is this game still for you? Because the longer a game goes, like the Marsh Cave. Do you want to subject yourself to the Marsh Cave? Do you want to play this game? Is this up to your interpretation of a video game? I don't know. Mount Gulg. You know, personally, I'm not the biggest fan of the original Final Fantasy setup. I'd say Final Fantasy II has its own issues. Final Fantasy III is better. Oh, it's just the other side of this. Really, Final Fantasy IV is where I stake my claim as being, like, a fan. But maybe there are people that I want this, and maybe I want the challenge of, you know, not setting everything to 4, or setting everything to 0 and seeing how low level I can go. This gives me, you know, these battles show me, okay, it's a bunch of fire enemies, so maybe I set up this thing, or I do this party instead. But you're still getting some value out of the battles, even if they're press X to win, right? Because now you know, oh, this healing staff cuts out a shit ton of the problem that existed earlier in the game, where healing was a problem. Yeah, they counteracted that now with the high potions that weren't in the original. But it's all, again, goes back to choice. You can kind of skip this discussion and say, well, this game isn't for me. I appreciate what they were trying to do, showing this off, but I'd rather they didn't. But then there could be somebody sit there and go, I want to see this. I want to do everything. Even if it's mindless, and a lot of Dragon Quest III is going to be in the mindless side. It's going to be personal choice. to show off the battles. And I do think the drain on resources is going to be a little more extreme than in this game. That's what I'm curious about, because I'm going into it semi-blind. I don't know. You know, I know enough about Dragon Quest to know I'm expecting pretty simple, hard in spots, but, you know, nothing I can't handle. Hello. I had this, and there we go. I had an ice brand, and then I sold it. Well, thanks for giving me it back. But I still think Dragon Quest deserves to be shown as it's shown in its entirety. And I would do that anyway, because the getting rid of all of the encounters is just extra busy work. If I wanted to get rid of the encounters, all I'd have to do is nope the encounters. Holy protection. So, not going through the rigmarole is a personal preference. Because think of how many other people play Dragon Quest, or would want to show off a video. There's gonna be something for some style for everyone. There's going to be somebody who plays the games you want the way you want them done, and I did this in a discussion point earlier. Or you can play it yourself at home, but at least I'm showing off the game as a reference point of saying, okay, this is a game I would or wouldn't like, or I could play it in a different way than what I'm being shown. Right? As far as Dragon Quest, like what the plan is gonna be for leveling up, I've already got the party set up. It's gonna be warrior, or no, it's gonna be hero, it's gonna be priest. That's gonna be my character and Sai. So, the good thing about that game is it has character creation in the beginning. So, I get a little bit of character customization. So, I'm gonna be the hero, can't change that, but I can, you know, change my personality. So I asked people on Reddit, like, what the best personalities were, and I think, like, I'm going tough cookie. Because I want to play a more defensive style. I'm always more risk-averse as a personality, as opposed to, hey, I like doing the things that I'm always gonna do, you know. Being risk-averse is my personality. I just realized I was kind of going in reverse. I was using the black mage to heal, and I guess it doesn't really matter in the end game here, but yeah, it's a nice easy ride, I think. But yeah, I got myself as the tough cookie. Sai is gonna be like either a vamp or a slippery. I don't know. Is it slippery devil? Something where you get wisdom and shit. Did it again. Because they canceled that thing and it goes. Oh, that's what's going on. I'm going out of attack mode and doing a thing. That's annoying. But yeah, I think it's like tough cookie for myself. Get me defense. Then it's wisdom and speed and other things for the priest, Sai. And then I'm gonna dig deep into Tales of Berseria characters with Velvet and Magilu for my other two. Velvet gonna be the martial artist, so she's gonna be all critical hits with like slippery, lucky devil actually, if possible, or some other, you know, type of attack thing. And then Magilu as the genius, or the wit, or the wimp, or something that has that, you know, wisdom improvement. I don't know how that's gonna go, but I think that's the best setup. Alright, so this is the last one. I'm just gonna... So it's the bottom corner. I'm just gonna dump this. Yeah, I'm gonna dump all the encounters now just to save you guys a little time here. Wow! Imagine if I didn't have encounters. See, this is part of the reason that Final Fantasy 1 irks me without this, is all these rooms with nothing in them. And there is a room there. Okay, cool. You have a potion. Like, wow. That is just pure dicketry. Just there. Potions! You're doing this to me. Okay. This seems really fair. Because games used to be unfair. That's what they used to be. Unfair. And that's how some people like them. Sure. I personally don't. But yeah. All that for potions. Thank you. I saved you probably another 10 extra minutes. Let me just heal up here. But yeah, Velvet and Magilu. And then I'll talk about Tales of Berseria in the next video, in the next episode. Because Dragon Quest, again, from what I've seen of it, it's simple dungeons. A lot of the orb finding stuff from Dragon Quest XI, which makes sense because that was more of a pseudo sequel to things. And yeah, I'm just gonna dominate. Hooray for being way over leveled. I am okay. Ow, you hurt me. You can only hit me 20 more times with that. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, let's do this thing. But Dragon Quest should be an easy jaunt and a nice, like, extra slice of modernized retro gaming. The quality of life improvements. This came out a little, a couple years ago. But Dragon Quest recently, and they're gonna do different things, but I'm kind of happy to show off both in a row. So you're the one who defeated the Fiend of Earth and roused Marilith from her slumber. Yeah, well, I roused it 10 levels ahead of where I'm supposed to be. Thank you, game. The power of the burning flame is mine, and mine alone. Those who would oppose me shall burn in hellfire. I'm not gonna lie, that sprite is fucking intense. But yeah, this fight is not gonna last long. Oh, Saber doesn't... I forgot, Saber... Why would I boost my own attack? That's silly. 63 ain't gonna cut it, buddy. Ow. Wow, if this were earlier, this would have sucked. Alright. And again, this is personal preference. You can... Ow! You can decide to go the over-leveling route, like I did. You can decide not to. You can decide to under-level. That's personal choice. I love it. Now, I'm going to do Blizzaga, which is going to probably do a lot of damage. Ow! Haste and temper are great. Alright. So that's one more down. Sunken Shrine is next. We've already seen it in an instance. Wee, look at that. 2 down, 2 to go. Rekindled flame. Yay! Alright. So. Mount Gulg, I think. Is that what they call it now? Mount Gulg? Used to call it Gulag, but yeah, they call it Gulg now. Okay, anyway. Weird thing for me to notice. But yes, Gulg done. Time to go back to the Sunken Shrine. I've already been there, so next time you see me, I'll be at the Sunken Shrine at the doorstep, and we'll just walk our way from on down to the Kraken. Take my over-leveled ass over there. So, that'll be the next video. Thanks for watching.